titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Hey, right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me. We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Yes. I am that man, LA Knight is talking about. I think his name was Eli Drake then. No, he was what was he? He was a Maximum Male Model agent. Is that what we were doing, Vince? Do we want Vince back? That's what the show name is. We want Vince. And and as crazy as a Maximum Male Model gimmicks are and everything, I kind of prefer that. So get liking, get subscribing, get throwing things around, start breaking stuff. Let's get it pumped up. Let's get the dogs barking, everybody. You know what? Let's get this out of the way. Let's do this. You'll be brought up today. That's right. And who knows who's going to come on? We're supposed to have some guests. I have sent out links. So shout out to you. William Robinson in the building. Yep. I got a lot of news here. We're going to talk a little UFC. We got the big fight on Sunday and at the White House of all places, right? I'm going to yeet it up over there. We're going to yeet it up over here. There's wrestling news. It's more about the news than it is the matches and what's going on creatively, even though I heard this past Monday night was one of the best shows they've had in a while. But again, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not paying for one good Raw every couple of months for, good matches, them actually making sense with certain storylines and things. It's still kind of the shits to me.
It's the shits.
Creatively. I think to everybody else out here, we all see the same thing, right? So, get well WWE, hurry up with that because right now you're stinking it up. They make me think about even wanting to watch AEW, and I've fallen off with all of it. There's too much wrestling. I'm not getting into that again. Go watch some old videos. I rant and rave about that forever. How... Go watch it. Yeah. Go watch this too, by the way. I do have promo edits out there for the millions and the millions of Dr. Huge Show fans. They're hilarious. We got a whole playlist. Go watch those. I have shorts. Go watch those. You understand? We got live streams. I'm doing more during the week. Go watch those. But yep, nobody wants to play with me lately. It's hard to get guests. We can pontificate on that today.
Nobody wants to play with me.
Nobody. Not even the sleaze. Sleaze standing me up, right? How dare he? William Robinson, UFC at the White House. Well, I guess that's a step up from BJ's by interns in the Oval Office. What? Holy mackerel. We don't talk like that here. William Robinson. Doxed. Mm-hmm. Let's start with that. Because that UFC stuff is nuts. At the White House for the... And listen, again, everything's a work. Everything's a scam. Everything's fake. So can we please all be on the same page as far as that goes? And then you'll start to not hate each other so much. And I'm talking to young people hating old people, vice versa. The men hating the women, the blacks hating the whites. And, everything vice versa as well. Like all that needs to stop, all the political hate back and forth. You really haven't gotten it yet? I've been talking about this for like a decade now. How it doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters, right? It's all a work to get money and extract money from the public and to keep us in their grip, right? Is this really conspiracies anymore? Like, come on. They're doing the idiocracy stuff I've been talking about. They're actually having fights at the fucking White House. And supposedly there's going to be thunderstorms and stuff. Who knows? They can control the weather so they can take care of that too. I mean, that's fact, Jack, now. That's a fact. You think that's a theory? Go look it up. There's plenty of declassified stuff. They're like, yep, we're spraying in the air. They've been saying it for a long time, and everybody's been like, well, that's stupid. Literally talking to people in my personal life. And I brought this up around the early 20 teens or whatever to certain people. And they literally blew it off. Like, that's stupid. That's crazy. Yeah, okay. Well, they're admitting it now on C-SPAN and on your local news. So, go check it out. Anyway, back to Gunther, Cody Rhodes, all these guys. Because I don't get wrestling. I think it's all real, right?
What do we want to talk about?
Gunther's jelly. I mean, he can't beat Cody Rhodes. Nobody can beat Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is John Cena light. Get it? He's burying everybody. He's not even going to lose to the tribal chief when the tribal chief was still at his peak. I feel he's fallen off a little bit, but I mean, he moves the needle when he's got the bloodline around him. And thank goodness, at least TKO listened to Dr. Huge on that one. Because I was like, bro, Roman Reigns solo like he's been before he just got his group back together, the Usos, and now Jacob Fatu with the Enforcer. And eventually he may even have to get an advocate or another type of manager or mouthpiece. Roman Reigns, bro, you're kind of not great on the mic. I acknowledge you and all this stuff.
Acknowledge me.
As the tribal chief, there has to be something going on with this bloodline because everybody's sick of it, except for maybe Jess, right? But the rest of us are kind of sick of it. There's two major bloodline groups with 4 or 5 members. There's a lot of these Samoans, and I'm hearing there's more coming. Zillafat too, supposedly, is the rumor. Remember, he threatened to slap CM Punk just a few months back after his feud with Roman Reigns going into WrestleMania and, talking poorly about their deceased family members and things. But hey, I think we all get was a work. And maybe I was worked by Zillafat too, saying he was going to slap him on his stream because I got so upset about it. I cried myself to sleep about it. But anyway, the bloodline needs to come together like one large NWO clique. It's just my opinion. And it needs to happen through battles. So we all know subconsciously and otherwise that the solo group is the secondary bloodline. So Raw gets the Usos and Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. SmackDown has Solo and the MFTs. But I say, make them be able, just make everybody go on both shows because they already do. This whole thing with the drafts and all this, I think we're done with that, right? Why even act like there's a brand split? There really isn't a brand split. So you get a massive Samoan group and they kind of move back and forth between the shows. And not necessarily run shit, but try to run shit. You see? And what's Mr. Robinson have to say? I don't hate anybody. I don't need to carry around that kind of package. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, people hate ideas, and then they attach those things to people, and then they'll dehumanize them or be like they're, crazy or whatever, and then it creates the Hegelian dialectic. Sorry, I got cum in my throat. Will they turn Cody heel? I don't think so. Cody won't let him.
What do we want to talk about?
He's having too much fun as super over babyface good guy. That's just my speculation, my anal analysis. Just an expert's take. What can I say? But he didn't want to lose to Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, even a year ago or so. So, yeah. Where's Jess today? Where's Jess ever? Right? Think she's probably working out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody loves Jess. I understand. Yep, we'll have to get her back on sometime. I'll force her. We're going to force her. Grab her by the arm, right? Or something.
Nobody wants to play with me.
See? You must have missed that part, William Robinson. Nobody wants to play with Dr. Huge anymore. Even the Sleaze. The Sleaze is faking technical difficulties just not to play with me. So there's that. I told him, Sleaze. I told on you. Anyway, what else we got? I got clips. I got stories. How about this? How about this soft drink right here? Or is it a soft drink? Maybe it's a hard drink. If you know what I'm saying, it's a hard drink, this Good Nut. Good Nut coconut water. Brought to you by Tom Brady TB12.
Go frost your hair. Do something like that.
Yeah, what? Tom Brady? What is going on with you lately, bro? One of the last pictures I seen of you, we were getting ready for your flag football game in Saudi Arabia, whatever. And you're wearing like the tightest little jean jorts. And I couldn't believe it. Now, Danny, you're just in time.
Hello. Sorry about the tardiness. The little one was full of energy.
Right, no problem. You mind just turn down about a good 7%?
How's that?
I have no idea because, I don't know, things are wacky around here. But it should be better. But thank you.
No worries.
Did you hear about this Good Nut?
No.
Yep, this is Tom Brady's new drink he's selling this week. And, I mean, the obvious. Remember Van Wilder, that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember the donuts they sent to the bad guy frat house? And they're eating the donuts, and they were loaded with jizz. And they were like, it's like everybody's posting memes of that. And it's like, yeah. They know what they're doing, right?
Yeah, there was the South Park episode with Butters had the energy sports drink, but it was cum, and he didn't realise that's what I think it was Cartman, obviously, that was doing it, but it was advertised as Butters, so like creamy goodness or something like that, and all the sports players are like, "Hi, I'm so and so for the whatever football team. I can't play a game without any of this, without Butters." Creamy goo, and he like drinks it, and it like just slowly trickles.
I remember this now. Yep.
Yeah, and he's like trying to hock it down, and it's just really drawn out. And then the next celebrity does the same thing. Yeah.
Yep. This is how they make it at TB12 warehouse.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Oh, dropping fucking loads.
Pound that ass.
Mm-hmm. Natural flavors.
Yeah. Wink.
Tom Brady, what happened to you, bro? I knew you were like a weirdo, like around the late 2000s. Like you already had the 3 championships. You went on that perfect season run. You're doing all these things. You start growing your hair funny and dating all the supermodels and stuff. And then you start getting really weird. But now in the 2020s, even retired and known as like the greatest NFL player ever, he's such like an Illuminati, baby eater. That's what I feel like. He like the final form is complete. He hawks the weirdest, stupidest stuff, and is a complete hypocrite when it comes to a lot of things. And he couldn't even say that he wanted the Patriots to win in this Super Bowl. He couldn't even do that. He had to try to make it seem like he's partial to everybody and You know, because he's an announcer in the league. Nobody gives a fuck.
Right,
Everybody
okay.
knows you played for the Patriots. Like, you crazy? Even his ex-teammates were all pissed off about that.
Even I know that he played for the Patriots because that's just about all I know. And I know that is like considered one of the greatest of all time as well. But yeah, I don't know any of these extra details.
Yeah, the old timers, they still say Joe Montana is still better than Brady. You're out of your mind. Nobody's better than Tom Brady. It's just the guy he got 2 more Super Bowl wins than Montana, who held the record, I think, at the time. Well, not the record, but he was known as the best. And yeah, I even met Joe Montana before, and he was all offended that Brady was in the middle of a Hall of Fame ticket piece that I have, and I get the Hall of Famers to write on it, right? And he goes, "Why is Tom Brady in the middle of this?" And this is before Tom Brady got to 4 Super Bowls even.
Right.
And I go, "Cause I'm like, he's not done, bro." And I was right. And I said it right to his face. Joe Montana. I said, no. I'm like, this dude's better than you right now, and I know it. And he's going to finish with more. And he did. He ended up with 7 fucking championships.
Nice.
And he won another one on another team in one of his last seasons. He's like, I'm going to leave the Patriots, and I'm going to go win with you guys now. It's like... So, Joe Montana, great. We're not taking anything away from... I bought Joe Montana's football when I was a kid and everything. One of the greatest video games of all time. Way better than this Madden 26, let me tell you. Fucking stinks, this Madden. It's like, I tried to play Madden the other night, and I play it here and there when I just feel the need to want to be a coach or something. So I get in here, and you know what they did to me? There's a glitch in the game where the X, Y, B, like your receiver buttons just disappear. And the same buttons are on your playbook. I'm sure FIFA is pretty similar in some ways. But yeah, it was unplayable. I'm like, I can't even play this. I don't know who my receivers are before the snap. So even after the snap, I'm like, what is this, on hard mode or some shit? What the fuck? Joe Montana.
Is that another one that they just churn out every year then?
Oh yeah, it's one of those. Yeah. And they got a stranglehold on football. It's the only football game that's made because they're the ones that license it.
Right.
And they just it's basically Madden 2010, and I'm not joking. It's
no, I can believe it because like the wrestling ones are the same. It's just it's that's why I don't get them every year because it's just the same shit, just slightly tweaked. And rather than waiting until like, oh yeah, we've got this new idea for this, or we've got this new sort of like innovative way of doing that, it's just like, no, it's that time of year again, and we want another fucking $50, $60, $70 or whatever, and then the DLC.
Yep. And they don't even fix the game. Again, I'm playing a game, and one of your base things in the game of being able to know it, because just above the plays, it says like X, Y, A, right? Like something like that. And you pick the play like that. There's no buttons there to show you what's what. And then when you get on the field and you got your receivers fanned out and you're running back, and there's usually a RB, a X over their heads or something. So you can be like, oh, that's my B receiver. Or that's the button B if I want to throw it to him. They weren't there either. So I'm just like, I threw my hands up in the air. I'm like, I literally can't play this right now. It's unplayable.
Yeah, stick with the old Genesis ones. I remember those.
Yep.
They were great.
It's funny how they love the NFL 2K. That's known as like the greatest football game ever. And it came out in like 2005 or something. Right. And people still play the mods online over Madden, which is crazy. It's just like people beg them in the reviews and the comments, like, please just let somebody else make this game. Like, just take it away from these people.
Yeah, because 2K do everything, don't they? They've got like, all the sports. Well, maybe not the football, soccer ones, but
yeah, and it's all based on money too. You know, that's season pass, and you know the Madden teams and this and that. It's like, fuck that.
And they're all every year, obviously. So it's like I say, it's not just that like it's that time of year, let's get you $50, $60, $70 or whatever it is. It's also all the DLC. It's also if you want the fucking like the pre-special fancy pre-order version or the fancy super deluxe edition, when so many people pay for deluxe editions of games they haven't fucking played before. Idiots. Sorry, go on.
No, look at this. You're gonna love this. So this is the one coming out soon because it usually comes out in August, right before the season starts. So they're showing things off. Here's the cover, and they use Caleb Williams, good football player, first pick in the draft a few years ago, and he's on a big team, the Bears. There you go. Here he is, spread eagle over the city. Like, what are you guys doing over there? That is what?
You are fucking gay bar chocolate.
You know, like this is and if you don't know, he seems to be a little cum sa, as the Rock used to say.
Right.
And he paints his nails. So on the Ultimate Madden, you know, the game that you pay $150 for and you still don't get the whole game. On that cover, he shows off his painted nails.
Wow.
You like that?
Please brace yourself for my excitement. It's just everything wrong with fucking video games.
Everything wrong with life.
Well, yeah.
What's a more manly sport supposedly than pro football? Like that's supposed to be one of the most fucking manly things going, and they're even femming that up.
Yeah. Well, you'll have no fucking manly heroes, and you'll love it.
Yep. Cam Newton, he used to play for the Patriots too. He was a big player in the league back in the day, quarterback. Dresses like a fucking clown online. Got all these big shows and podcasts, of course. Goes on with Screaming A. Smith. He was on earlier this week saying how we just got to do what like the kids do. If you're over, 30, 35, you got to, keep up with the kids now. And this is what it is. And it's like, this? You want me to paint my nails and go spread eagle over my city? Never. I would never spread eagle over my city.
I already did the painted nails thing in my fucking late teens.
Mm-hmm. When it was cool, 20s, by the way, Jeff Hardy was doing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on.
Go frost your hair. Do something like that.
Exactly.
But I never once sort of like minced because of it. You know what I mean? It was just like, I just myself, but yeah, black fingernails. That's it.
Well, he's got pink, orange, every color of the rainbow. I think he has a pink phone too. Mm-hmm.
Right. Just in case you really don't get what he's trying to tell you. Just in case his little subtle hints really aren't subtle enough.
I loved. I saw him at an art exhibition type thing, and there was this big plastic, like rubber, I don't know, sheet, and it was kind of in the form of like like a square or whatever on the ground. And then all of a sudden I see him come in the frame and he's in like little boxer shorts and he kneels down in front of this thing and starts pressing his body forward into this it looked like Jello almost, but some sort of plastic, and he pushes it forward so you see the outline of the front of him while he's on his knees. And everybody was like, oh, let's eat babies after. It's like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, this is one of the top quarterbacks now that they're pushing. And then, of course, he ends up with the Madden cover and all the rest. And I'm just like, what are we? We are full-blown idiocracy. Pretty soon, the movie Ass is going to come out, and it's just going to be an ass on the screen, a guy scratching it every once in a while, a fart here and there. And the people are going to love it, and they're going to critically acclaim it. This is the type of art, that these rich people are on. You know what I'm saying, Danny? I know they've always been around, but they seem to be more prevalent these days.
Yeah, well, people are just sort of like, we've just got a bit used to it, and we don't react the same way. They've just, over the years, just got weirder and weirder and just pushed it in films and music, and it's just sort of like, we just see the sort of like parade of it and just, well, don't excuse it. That's not the right word. Some people fucking love it though. Some people love it. I've said before to you, because you guys don't have like royal family, you treat your celebrities and such in that sort of same way. So you will go to like the end of the world for them, and the way that they promote them and just sort of like be like, yeah, this is normal and this is high class and this is fuck you everybody else. It stinks. It's fart sniffing. It is that South Park, again, referencing South Park because it just covers everything. With Kyle's dad just looking at all the San Franciscans just farting in the cups and just sniffing it. And they're all just like, what are you doing? But that's just what they all do from San Francisco. So,
yeah. I don't know if they're even doing that anymore. We haven't heard from them in a while. You know, they all had their Priuses and you need to live like this and do like that and eat like this. And now they're probably been eaten by the homeless over there or something. I don't know. That's my guess.
Consequences of their own actions and just repeatedly voting for that same mentality.
God, the world stinks so bad. I wish I was a positive guy, Danny. I get it. I'm a pessimist. And like one of my favorite philosophers is Schopenhauer there. Like, I get it. Like, I get it with that guy. I like a lot of philosophy stuff. Go look into it, but he's not happy, you know, and I would love to be like happy, but it's like almost, I know too much. And I know how fake everybody is. Because I maintain this, believe it or not, like when I'm not doing lives and when I'm not trying to entertain and whatnot. These other people, the masks they wear, it's like, I can't stand it. And it's just the older I've gotten, either I'm seeing it more or people are just they're more into that. It's almost like they don't even care that they know knows that they're pulling off works left and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just easy to switch off. Some people would just rather just go on autopilot and pretend it's not happening and just keep that tunnel vision and just do their own thing. But I don't think you're that complete pessimist. I mean, if you were to see something nice, I'm sure you'd sort of like, if you saw a little old lady fall over and some little girl went and helped her up, you'd be like, oh, that's sweet, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
it's just so rare, though.
Yeah, but if you were to see something nice, you would sort of like, if you were, yeah. Well, that's the difference. Some people would see that and just be like, oh, for fuck's sake, that little old lady's going to turn around and hit that kid or something.
Yeah. Well, these days, yeah, they're all attacking the elderly out here. What's going on? Coach in the building. See, I know it's you now. Let's go. Don't make me beat you today again.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Remember when you would compete in those games back in the day? I used to. We used to do all kinds of games with that stuff. And they'd be like, why would you play games? Just drink it, pussy. And I'd be like, but I like to have fun, right? You want to just get fat on the couch laying there with you next to you watching the game. You know what I mean? Anyway, keg stands, beer pong. What else? I mean, those were the main two. Those were like, that was like the football and the basketball over here.
Just over here, we do things like you'll designate a hand. Everyone has to drink with that hand. But you'll pick like a leader. And if you see the leader, changing hands, everyone else has to follow suit. If not, then they just have to down whatever they've got. Stuff like that.
Yep. We even came up with games. One was called Edward 40 Hands. So you had to duct tape 40s to your hands. And you couldn't take them off until they were done. So you couldn't do anything. See? I mean, I was around a lot of rock bands and a lot of metal bands. Believe it's funny. People are like, you were? And they're like, yes, I was very in the scene. And that's what they did. That was the stuff they did. Making absinthe and Edward 40 Hands. And, you know, it was nuts with that stuff. I never did any of the other crazy stuff. You know, any powdered substances and things like that. That was, believe it or not, that wasn't around. You know, it wasn't the 80s and shit. It was more of the booze stuff instead of the, the tooting and all that. I missed out on those days. Thank God, because who knows? I'd probably be done for. Yep. You were in the scene, right? What kind of scene was that?
Yeah, it was there's a lot of bands, metal, rock, that sort of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, a lot of drink, a lot of other stuff. Nothing
band spaces. You had band spaces over there. That's what we call them over here. It's just everybody's got to have a space, like so a room in a warehouse or an actual apartment building or something where they sell spaces to bands and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of barns. That was a popular one. Just because countryside out here, so a lot of excuse me, a lot of local bands. Yeah, they'd be on farms, or they'd know someone with a farm, and they'd have like a spare barn that you could sort of like soundproof and use a little studio or a little rehearsal sort of space.
Yep, those were the days. We got to bring them back. I'm gonna start rocking out again, everybody. You should see some of these metal fans now. They're elderly. It's like blowing my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see them, and I've got friends, and I see like their kids who have just like got into it because the parents have, and it's like that might stick, but yeah, it's a lot of elderly.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, the EDM's taken over. It's taken over the world. Even it's overtaken rap recently. I mean, and hip hop is just fucking woo. Hip hop music.
It's the shits.
What happened to you? You were so cool, and boy, did you get uncool. And it started, in my, again, expert opinion, Lil Wayne. When Lil Wayne started getting real hot and the kids started telling me, like, Lil Wayne's the shit and he's the number one rapper in the world, I said, done. We're done. And then everybody started using the same production. Then everybody started rapping totally the same. Everybody raps the same. They use the same cadences. It's like you hear the same 5 songs over and over and over. It's completely dead. If you still listen to rap, you're probably, in like special ed or something. So, anybody watching FIFA? You watching it, Danny, at all? You don't really care that much about pro sports, right?
No, every year people are like, oh, you're watching the football, you're watching the World Cup. Yeah. Not every year, and I'm just like, no, just stop. And it's just people think it's going to change, and it won't.
Yeah, everybody's been talking about it over here, of course, because, we're importing all the teams and everything. I'm hearing a lot of horror stories. We're making it real hard for countries we don't like.
Oh, yeah, you're hosting it this year, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. See, look, I don't follow it. I really don't. No interest. But yeah, it's scary times to just be like, hey, everyone, come and bring a little bit of your guys over to us for a bit while we're aggravating everybody around the world.
Right, exactly. And then we're going to do the Trump Sunday thing, the UFC thing.
Yeah.
It's just like they're asking for trouble, right? Like something's got to happen. Something has to pull us into more war because that's what we want, right? Or our masters want.
And I think Sean Strickland turning up with a bullhorn, I think that'll be entertainment enough.
He showed up, I believe, last night or today or sometime. He was outside the event, and he was throwing people around and stuff, like kind of getting into it, like joking around, and people were chanting. And
nice, I didn't see that.
Everything seems so fake. I can't even believe that. You know, like that all seemed to be gimmicked up to, again, to go pro one side or anti another side. And that we got to stick to the facts, folks. Who cares about all these characters and what they think and what they believe? Because they don't know what's going on. But I think generally we need answers on things. That's it, and we should be pushing for that. Same thing. Like there's a lot of stuff I've been seeing going on in Ireland and stuff lately because that migrant guy wanted to like behead a guy that was supposedly helping him somehow. I don't know, but
yeah, it turns out he was special ed. It was the guy that got attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was either deaf or partially deaf,
and
lost an eye.
But do you understand what I'm saying when I'm like, this is playing right into their fucking hands from the jump. If you're going to be going out there and trying to displace people or move people out, that's not the way to do it. The optics are so bad that now the hammer's going to come down harder, which is what they want. So what you got to do is you got to go to the ones who let them in the first place. Those are the people that need to be stopped, right? It's almost like it's putting the cart in front of the horse.
But the people who have made deals with those are our people.
Uh-oh.
If you still hear me.
Yep. Are you back?
Yeah. The people who are like liaising with those people who speak. They're in our country, and you have some in your country, so we're trying to deal with them that way. People have just been ignored for so fucking long now, and Ireland they are not that far removed from civil war and troubles already, so it's no surprise that they were the first to be like, yeah, we're not fucking taking any of this, and we're going to start doing whatever. I'm not condoning it, but I'm not surprised. And other places will follow. And when you've said no to something for so fucking long, and you've just been ignored, it's going to happen, and it's intentional. It is intentional, obviously, but there's no point just fucking laying back and just letting it happen slowly.
Oh, exactly. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying take that anger and that like, what the fuck is going on, and focus it where the problem is. Like,
but you need to take control. Yeah, but you need to. No, yeah, okay, yeah, but you need to take control of the car that you're currently in before you can then go and deal with that. We're still trying to grab hold of the wheel at the minute.
Yeah, that's true.
And we can deal with that afterwards. And like, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, so you're just going to try and get rid of one type of religion over here?" And it's like, not if they're not compatible, and if people aren't going to.
Oh, he disappeared again. He's back.
and if people aren't going to behave and sort of like live by the house rules, then expect to be kicked out and sent somewhere else. Yeah. And that's that's what I'd expect if I went anywhere else around the world, and that's what you should expect in my country and in your country.
Yeah, I just feel bad for the people that were pushed out of their own countries. Then they come into these new countries, then they get firebombed out of their houses. And then now there's like, what do they do? And because there's a lot of people of all different religions that are totally peaceful, so it's like they get the brunt of it. And it can just be agent provocateurs starting this stuff on both sides to then kick things off. Again, everything's going according to plan, and that just annoys me. Like, we could have nipped this in the bud a long time ago if we just knew to go to the source. And these people are supposedly representing us in all of these countries, but they're not. And they're doing it right out in the open. They're clearly not. We need to do something about that. That's the main. Do in any order you need to, but that should be number one. But, I think it's a little late in the game now. But again, hindsight's 2020. It's all very sad to me. And all you really need to do is like a few incidents here and there, which are horrible, right? But that's all you need to like pop things off, and it fucks everything. It takes more of my rights away somehow. That's how it always works. In the end of the day, I lose more rights.
It is sad, but I'm not necessarily speaking for America, but over here, and I do believe this is the same in America, but correct me if I'm wrong, we were at sort of like quite a nice, harmonious sort of like everybody lived in sort of like relative sort of like niceness, even though we had people from loads of different places, but it was just a much smaller percentage who accepted that they had to live by like the house rules that they were staying in. Whether that's England, whether it's America, whether it's Australia. And Australia used to have some really sort of like harsh rules to go over there, and they don't now. That's quite interesting.
Not David Icke or Candace Owens.
Yeah. And we sort of like did have people from loads of different places that you'd see, and that was nice, but it's gone way overboard now, and you've just got two larger groups that don't want to live by the house rules and just bring their personal fucking rules and setups somewhere else. And that's one thing when just one other place does that, but when you've got different countries coming and doing that in another country, and they have conflicts with each other.
Yeah.
Like over here we have barbershops. I think it's Turkish and Kurdish, I believe. And they don't like someone setting up too close to them. Apologies if I've got the countries wrong, but you know what I'm saying. There's two countries that come over here and set up like similar businesses, and then they have bloody turf wars with each other in a different country than their own.
Right.
And it's like we didn't really have that because there was a smaller number before. People like adhered to the rules, and punishment from the law was sort of like equally applied. And it's just, that's not the fucking case anymore. And people are just pissed off and kicking off. And
and trust me, and they're doing it in the right. I mean, what a place to do it in. Like you said, they're already beefing with each other for the past 100 years. You don't think they're gonna fuck with you? Like if you start being stupid, of course. I totally get it. Again, it's just such a, whoever constructs this world to get what they want, holy shit, the way they pull the strings and just they know exactly how everything's gonna play out. And it's just it works so well. It just and I'm not even saying that they're like, that's like genius moves, but how they can manage to be such a small group of people and make millions of other people do what they want just with a few finger movements. It's just, whoa. It blows my mind, really.
I'd say they'd maybe not like have one absolute answer that they get right every time, but I think they definitely prepare for like various outcomes to like various reactions to what they do or push. And it's like, well, if they do this, then we'll give them that, and if they do this instead, we'll give them some of that. So I'll definitely agree. There's people, opportunists, that will just wait for certain things to happen or try and guide things in a certain way. So then when an opportunity does arise, they can put a person behind it or a product behind it or a medicine behind it, whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's just one every time and like they've got some prophetic sort of like ability.
I don't know. I'm starting to think they do. All that Bible code stuff, maybe. Remember that in the 90s? Bible code. But I think they have some intelligence, AI, that they can war game this stuff out. Or who knows, maybe entities of some sort, whatever you want to think those entities are. And they are like the gang leader of Earth, and kind of they're the ones pushing the buttons. Something's happening. I think what's even scarier is nobody's in charge of anything, and all this stuff is just happening kind of willy-nilly. But again, if you just see the Epstein files and a lot of the stuff that I've seen in there, it seems pretty set up the way it's supposed to be set up. There's a hierarchy. There's something going on. That's why you're seeing a lot of the same people all the time, as far as the worst things in the world and making those things happen. But yep, peace deal coming soon, Danny. We got it. Almost.
Is this number 67 now, I think?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's any day now. We'll have that. So here, let's do it for Trump. Congratulations, Trump. We got to put him over. Maybe he's just waiting for people to put him over for one of these, and they'll be like, "All right, we'll keep it." Here we go. He loves getting his ass kicked. Oh, kicked. Yep.
Nobody's done more peace deals than me. That's what he'll be saying. Like 67 so far. What a record. It's just
demons, are they? We could get into that a little bit.
Sorry.
I have a note about this. Can you what are your thoughts on this, Danny? I'm sure we talked about it before. Let me look for my notes here.
On demons.
Aliens, demons, entities, things that are going on, things they're telling us in the media. Lately.
Same as what I've said, like with ghosts and stuff before. I wouldn't completely rule it out. I've not seen a demon. I don't thought that I'm aware of. I've suspected, but never sort of like known for sure. But yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
The latest that's being pushed out there, because in my algorithm, it's nonstop aliens. And I don't even look for it. And I've never been a big alien guy. I'm more of a human conspiracist. Like, who's running all this? I want to just know what the hell is going on, because I know it's not natural. But that's why I'm always been like a little suspicious of where they're like, well, it's the aliens. Just look at the aliens, Dr. Huge. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, I can't get to the bottom of the human stuff first. But so I've been hearing a lot lately that these UFOs, or many of them, are plasmoids. And then they're actual like little entities out there. And then when I'm hearing this, I had a thought. I'm like, so say that's kind of true. Like these plasmoid balls that we saw over New Jersey last year in November. Remember, it was like coming out of the water, everybody was saying, and the
Yeah.
government's talking about it, everybody's freaking out. But a lot of people all over the place, they see like these balls of just light flying around in the sky. And what if they're just in another dimension, but they manage to be shown here, but the way they're shown here is as a sphere. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in another dimension, it could look like whatever. And supposedly these things can make themselves look like whatever they want. But I'm like, could it be coming from 4D, 5D, 6D, like some other place that we can't even comprehend? And the only way we can see it is a bright light in an orb. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it makes sense. We're only human. At the end of the day, we can't see, hear, and sense everything. So, yeah, things. It could be something that we have absolutely no comprehension of, and we can only see a partial sort of like section of it. Whether or not it's in another dimension, it could just be in our dimension, but we can only see that little slither, that little hint of it. Yeah, I'm not. When I was younger, I used to jump at like quite a lot of the alien stuff, and I don't disbelieve. It's just there's a lot of people now just talking a lot of science fiction, for lack of a better term. So I try not to get too excited about it, but I wouldn't ever rule it out. And I do think there is. I do think there is something else other than us, whether or not it's an alien or a demon or whatever. But everyone's just come up with their own version, I think, of what that other thing is.
Do you the things you've seen, were they orbs or crafts?
They were sort of like lights on craft, sort of. That's what it looked like to me.
I'm just saying, a lot of this stuff is being pushed to me lately, and it's making me, again, very suspicious. Simulation theory nonstop being pushed to me. The double slit experiment that I already know about, but it's all these videos explaining it to me over and over and over again. It's like, I get it. Like the universe is only observable or real if you're looking, if there's an observer, basically. So you got to be looking at something for it to exist, essentially. So it's like rendering, almost like in the simulation theory. That's how they put all this stuff. Again, I can't believe it because it's being pushed to me.
Yeah.
Anything that's being pushed to me, I'm like, this must not be it, or it's trying to throw me off. What's the other thing? Oh, the Spielberg movie that just came out. And a lot of people are trashing it. They're saying it's a goofy ass movie. You don't really even get to see the aliens in it. The aliens you see in the commercials. And it ain't going to change anybody's mind about Christianity. That's really the hot take with that, even though that's what he said. Not any other religion, but watch out, Christians, when you watch this alien movie. So, yeah, we know Spielberg is on the up and up, right? Ever hear of Isaac Cappy?
No,
he was on Periscope with me. It was me and Isaac Cappy on the old Periscope. But he showed up one day. He was like an extra in Hollywood and knew certain people. And he was just calling out everybody as a pedo. He's like, you are, and you are, and you are. And he blew up and he became like this kind of like, in a weird way, a cultural icon type thing where they're like, wow, seems like he's telling the truth. And then he died, threw himself off a bridge and then got run over. And people that he was talking about were then certain people, certain actors and things. I'm not even going to say. I'm not getting involved, or I don't want to be thrown off a bridge or anything. That were writing, like, making posts about roadkill and stuff. So, yeah, that's a whole rabbit hole you can go down with that. But one of the names he did bring up, I'll tell you, is Mr. Spielberg.
Yep.
And isn't it weird how he, like, the kids he adopted and all this stuff? Very, very weird. I'm just saying. I don't know nothing. I'm just... They live, right? Like Roddy Piper's movie.
Yeah. And Drew Barrymore is batshit crazy.
That's how she laughs on her daytime show.
Yeah.
Anyway, back into some wrestling. I know they love the hard-hitting real-life news and all the fuckery that they try to pull with our minds, but we know works. We see works. How about this one? Poor Jade lost her wig last night on SmackDown for a minute. Look at the face. The face really makes it. She's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yep, poor Jade, but she has been getting better, everybody said. So, don't go blow your wig or anything. Don't. She's wigging out. Get it? Here's some more news. DDP, friend of the show, been on the Dr. Huge show before. The rumor is he's going to be back in WWE in some shape or form.
Oh.
And I think possibly actually on TV. Could he be a GM? Maybe they're losing somebody. I don't know, but I want some more DDP.
They just need someone to do some more live reads.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, one for you, then one for us. And then one for you and then one for us. Because he'll plug his yoga, won't he? So.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, we got Anonymous in the house. Justin, the Anonymous one. We want Triple H. We got a Vince hater. How dare you? Roll it up and turn it sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass. I know what that means. I know what you're talking about. You want this, Triple H? This the one you want with the golden shovel? Burying all our favorites right now? Or do you want this, Triple H? He's also with us right now, but the money and watch Triple H. Is that your guy? You want Trips? You like it the way it is? All right, well, it could be better. Just saying. I've been around the block a little bit, and, if Vince came back, if it was good, if it was bad, it would still be what is best for business. Money-wise and, who knows, creatively? Probably not creatively, right?
No.
I'm saying it a little tongue-in-cheek here as far as wanting Vince back. I really just don't want TKO to have WWE anymore because it is a money grab. Road Dogg even spoke on this. Did you hear about that news story?
No.
Road Dogg said he left because it wasn't fun anymore, really. Oh. He's like, I'm just kind of traveling around, going place to place, and it doesn't matter what I say or do. I'm just getting paid to be there, really. And everything that WWE was trying to do creatively was to get money. And he's like, that's not really how this works. As I've been saying for the past year, I understand it doesn't make sense to the corporate mind where they want to make more money and more money and more money. That's just not how it works. You have to put the creative first instead of the money. And doing it vice versa means you're going to have a shitty product and maybe dumb people will like it and will give you money for it, right? Instead of doing it the other way and really making it into something. And then who knows, you could make even like what happened for them in the late 90s. They made a little change, made it edgier, did certain things. And it wasn't like I'm not wearing these rose-colored glasses or anything. I know there were some boring segments and places you could just go to the bathroom and not even worry about watching any of it. But they were, it was just more fun.
It was, but Vince's motive for that behavior wasn't like for the sake of pro wrestling. It was, he wanted to be the Walt Disney of wrestling. He's always wanted that, because that's why he made sports entertainment. And then when he was threatened by like WCW and like possibly going under, that's where it was like, well, I'm going to have to give some people what they want because otherwise I'm going to go under. And then once he won that, then he just started to just gradually just go back to the way it was. And I'm not saying TKO doing a better job than Vince at all. But it couldn't be any worse. creatively, I suppose, under Vince at the minute. But I don't want Vince to get off like scot-free, because he wasn't fucking anywhere near perfect.
No.
And he changed wrestling into sports entertainment.
Towards
So
the end, yeah,
he set a lot of this up.
Yeah,
No, from his dad. He bought up all the territories and changed it and got Hogan in and pushed that sort of a model, and it just became Saturday morning cartoons rather than
Let's
wrestling.
hear your accent, Justin. You piece of shit.
Is that at you?
Your
Or is that at
accent.
me?
He doesn't understand what I'm saying. Oh, your accent? He's an idiot. He wants Triple H in charge. Nobody wants Triple H in charge right now.
Not now. He's had his chance. He's fucked it up.
Triple H is just worried about this. He just wants the money. Give him your money. Don't bother me. Go. It's time to lay the tarps. Okay? That's all he's been doing lately. Laying the tarps. But I get it. It's not all his fault, obviously. Let me bring up a video. Teddy Long, friend of the show. Teddy Long, let's hear from you. Fat Jack. Listen to this, Justin.
It's the shits.
No, not that.
Hey, what's up, players? This is Teddy Long, Hall of Famer. Just want you to know you're listening to the Dr. Hughes Show, and you can believe that, player.
You can believe it. Oh my God, get off my screen, Triple H. The fuck? Hold on, I gotta do it backwards now. We gotta go over here, and then we gotta go here. And then we do this. It's not my fault. It's this thing's fault. Can we change this over here? Can we do like this? No, they won't let me do any of that. Well, this is weird. Wow, let's do it like that. Okay. So we're about to watch a video of Teddy Long explaining why he wants Vince back, because he's smart, right? He's kind of smart. He's been in the business for a million years. Well, let me get to my likes. Don't look at my likes, though, guys, all right? Close your eyes for a minute. Let me go down the list. You're not supposed to look at my likes. Oh, we got some funny stuff to look at soon, too. Just reminding me. Where are you? There he is, playa. Teddy Long. Let's hear from you.
And some guys are doing great and some guys are not. And it's based on the creative people, the people that are in charge of what you do out on that TV. That's how your career, how your career is based. You can go out there and you can do something one night and it will kill you. That'll kill your whole career. And they know how to do that to people, So a lot of guys that are in charge, they don't do it because you can do the job. They'll mess with you because they got the power. They know that they can. So,
Who is he talking about? Could it be Triple H? Could it be?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I'm not saying it is, but who knows?
It's changing a little bit now, but I think what we got to do, we got to get Vince back, so we can do this thing right and, and get the fans back on board, man. So, like I said, my legacy is just thank God for everything I've done, and I hope
everybody that I've seen online is like, we definitely don't want Vince back. And I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Well, first of all, he's biased, of course, because he's friends with Vince McMahon. But who knows? Maybe he's thinking he could get back on TV if Vince gets back in to do it right, as he said. But you know what? It's not being done right now. That's why I'm saying, why not? I think just the pop of Vince coming back on the first night will be totally worth it. I mean, if you like money. So, what else you got to say? We might as well finish the clip.
I can give some advice and pass some knowledge along to some of the young guys that are trying to break in. I hope I can help them, to be successful.
You said bring Vince back, and that's a lot of people have been vocal about that, saying, if we had Vince back, things might be a little different. Do you think that there's a chance that he may come back some way or another one day, or is the chapter closed on him?
I don't think the chapter is ever closed with him. I think Vince, the way that like I said, I don't know what happened or any of that stuff, but you
didn't know about the pooping? No, the poopening. That's what I call it. Anyway, we can get into that too. Because the reason why people are talking about this a lot lately, he's got a thread on here. Somebody, I had Jay on this week. Did you see that, Danny?
I saw a very little bit of it. I didn't get to watch all of it, though.
Go back and watch it.
I will.
Study it. Maybe play with yourself during it. He's got a thread around here somewhere. Did I say that? I thought I just thought it. Anyway. He fights with everybody on here. I love it. Oh, it's right at the top. So he pinned it. Good. Or maybe not. TKO stock surge earlier today. A rumor of Vince McMahon returning to WWE as well as UFC Freedom 250. What a week. He's trolling him. Listen, everybody. Jay's not a bad guy, even if you hate his politics and stuff. And I don't agree with all his politics. I don't agree with anybody's politics, really. But I find it funny that he gets involved with everybody. He even admitted to it this week. He's like, I fight with everybody on here. And I'm like, it's cool. Look at there's so supposedly, I got the gist of it. I don't know. I can't find his thread. He posted a thread the other day. It must be in my likes. I'll just go to that. But they didn't take away my likes, did they? Come on. I just had my face. Where's my face? Fuck. There we go. Okay, now we got to go down. And it has to tell me I'm not verified every time, so take up room. Any second there, I'll get to my point, folks. You just wait. There we go. I covered the Janelle Grant story with honesty, deductive reasoning, and an open dialogue for the truth. I read all of the lawsuit and other public info multiple times and covered it here on X. Janelle Grant agreed to do sexual deviancy. Hold on, let me get my sexual deviancies out. In her consensual relationship with Vince McMahon. That was her decision to make as an adult. Being a depraved, sexual, brain-rotten person isn't a crime. The way he puts it out there. I hope she gets her money and continues her career as a professional victim. She fooled a lot of you, but didn't fool me for a second. Neither did her lousy attorney, Ann C. So I'm not going to dox her. Yep. I mean,
fair enough. Can't disagree with that.
This is what we've all known from the beginning, really, like us adults, right? But you know how it is on these interwebs. It's like, oh no, what do you, the outrage? Oh, you did things to this woman, and she's a little kid. I remember when I first heard the story, and I'm looking into it, and I left thinking that she was like 20, 21 years old at this point. I learned like a couple weeks after she was 41 or 42. I'm like, what? I'm like, she's a grown-ass woman, and she's, she's going for the bag like this hard on Vincent Kennedy. I just couldn't believe it. Look at this. He stirs it up, and he gets in here. Look at 78 comments.
I think he put the link to the thread. Is that the thread you were talking about?
Yeah, there's a link. Where's the link? Where did I miss that?
It's the first post.
Oh, right, yeah, thread. Boom.
Yeah, the first post, yeah.
Nice. All right. Janelle Grant made some recent Instagram posts on her new page dedicated to surviving, advocating, and preserving. She posted the anonymous emails sent to WWE execs spilling the beans on Vince McMahon and Janelle Grant's relationship, in quotes. Janelle Grant disputes many of the details in her response. So then we get some pictures. I'm not reading all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like nobody else did, but they will. Let's go see the hate comments over here because they're going to be here, right? That's what I'm here for. Okay. I thought the same thing. We won't read that one. Somebody calls him a cunt. Why? Because I called out her BS immediately. And the response was probably worse because we can't even see it. That's how that works over here, at least, Danny.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. From Snoop Dogg. Never gonna happen, reply guy. He writes back.
See, this is people who are reacting with the fucking heart and the feelings and not the brain. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Vince McMahon. Like I've just said, like professionally or personally, go on my website, dannydamage.co.uk, look for Vince McMahon. There's a huge fucking article there just like picking him apart, like very, very in depth. I'm not a fan of his, but you can't just keep jumping up and down on this because you don't like Vince McMahon. It's one thing, like when this first came out, I was like, yeah, this sounds a bit shit, but it also sounds a bit suspicious. So I'm not going to make a big song and dance about my opinion until a little bit more comes out. And some people just went straight yes, no, instantly, based on whether or not they liked Vince or hated him or whatever. And now that all this has come out, there's still people that are just, they can't let go of the fact that they hate Vince. And it's just, they won't. It's, sorry to use the phrase, but I was going to say it's Vince derangement syndrome. They can't, it's just everything he does, they have to just be like, oh no, that person's right, he's wrong.
Yes. I'm with you on it. I mean, look at our boy over it. Well, I'm not going to bring it up now. We'll look at some Vince picks in a minute. But Ribshot says, bringing Vince back for any reason will be hilarious. That's all I care about. Do you understand? My thing, Danny, it's when it comes to anything entertainment-wise, I'm about getting the biggest bang, the biggest pop, whatever you think like the biggest thing could be. And to me, there would be nothing bigger than Vince McMahon showing up without anybody knowing SummerSlam, so even a random pay-per-view. Do it and everybody will be talking about it for weeks. And in this day and age, talking about something for weeks is a lifetime.
Yeah.
So they could make so much money. They could even make Vince shirts. They could make him a part of the show. They could make, I want a big bad in WWE so bad because it's so boring. I don't know if you heard you probably didn't, but I could go over it again later. But in short, I created an angle to have a big bad and a gang of wrestlers that are threatening the company, not even necessarily the company. That's been done many times, but really threatening just the wrestlers in a real way of like, we're going to push these guys and we're not going to push you. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to just fuck with you. Mm-hmm. Right. So bringing Vince back would totally do that. And he says he's had enough time to get nice and senile. That's right. Yeah. And again, even if he comes in and he's got bad ideas, you don't have to let Vince run the whole thing. Because, of course, my big thing was a part of me leaving even and not even podcasting for 5 years was 2019 was so brutal to even report on. I was like, fuck this. This is stupid. I'm not watching this. I'm not listening, whatever. And of course I did through COVID and all the rest. But, it was awful creatively. They weren't even finishing storylines. They ran like a Dolph Ziggler story for like 2 or 3 months. And then it just disappeared. Nothing happened. I couldn't believe what a colossal waste of time for Dr. Huge. And it's not like I was super invested in the storyline. It's just the fact that I know I watched at least 2 hours of Dolph Ziggler horseshit and I didn't get a payoff. So I couldn't believe it.
Vince was he used to do that shit all the time. It wasn't like a in recent years sort of thing either. He'd just push little things like little stories or wrestlers and then just lose interest. And then just that'd be it. You'd never hear it again. It'd never be mentioned. And that would be that.
And again, I don't blame Triple H because Triple H was cooking before they went to TKO. And then remember Vince came back for a short stint. Yeah. And then he kind of fucked things up again and made it like 2019 all over again. And you could totally tell a difference. So Triple H does get it. We don't need Vince back as in total control or whatever, but I do think it would be hilarious if he just bought it back outright. Just buy it back from him. And And if not, you incorporate them into the show, right? But then even that, are they going to do it right? Probably not, because TKO doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They just want money.
But even if they decide to book it and be like, all right, we'll bring Vince back as a character then, just an on-screen persona. That's all this is. What they tell Vince isn't necessarily what Vince is going to say. Vince doesn't have like the company's sort of like legal shit on his shoulders. Hypothetically, he wouldn't have that sort of like weight on his shoulders. So he could just maybe start trying to cause trouble and seeing how far he could push things, because he's not the one that's going to get as, scolded as other people are. So I think coming back as an on-screen persona, that would be interesting. I think that'd be funny, but I don't see the need in bringing him back. And that's not because TKO are doing a great job. Vince would eventually just do the same thing he did before, which is what TKO are doing now, just not as fucking bloated, but it's still, because I fell out of love with it a while ago, and that's because of Vince doing the same shit that TKO were doing, that now other people have starting to fall out of love with it, with wrestling. I don't think it can be saved, but yeah, for shits and giggles, let him have a go.
Like, I remember doing a whole bit on my show about the whole Rockstar Spud incident where he peed his pants when he was attacked and stuff. And like, there are people online that are like, we don't want this. See, this is why we don't want Vince back. That's the exact reason why we do need Vince back. If you just have a straight up wrestling show, what is that? There has to be some comedy. And I'm not saying it has to be Orange Cassidy. I'm not that type of comedy, the hands in the pockets. I'm not with that. He's actually involved with a match. But if you have a GM who's a little man and he's peeing his pants on ringside, it gives people like me things to talk about. It's like water cooler talk. Like, did you see that last night? I mean, how stupid was it even? Didn't have to be good. But what they're doing now is almost like nothing. Like, what, I gotta wait for fucking, what's her name to blow her wig again? Where are you with your wig? Where are you? What's taking so long? My computer's getting really slow. Look at this. See, now I had something to talk about there with this. But Vince might have done this on purpose, is my point. For there to be something to talk about. So that's the value of the Vince. Even his bad ideas gain traction online negatively, and then keep the conversation going in a way. But anyway, back to Jay and his getting hate comments. Somebody wrote, "You sound like the most virginest virgin in the history of wrestling." Jesus Christ, man! Even saying the name of your God, oh my God, that's crazy. But he says, sorry, it's actually the opposite. Virgins are the people who side with Janelle here. I'm the exact opposite, and I like that. How about that? So I can bookmark it. He's right there. You definitely never get any pussy. Angry little man. First of all, he's not little. And second of all, trust me, I've hung with guys that get pussy. And as a guy that also have gotten pussy in the past, he gets pussy. So that ain't it either. Well, so if you have the wrong opinion, say, that means you don't get pussy?
Yeah, it's just a cheap fucking gotcha, they think. It's
fucking lame. It's like, no, like that ain't how it is.
And probably projection as well, so.
You get paid by WWE and TKO. Relax, pal. He gets paid through, like, investing. Like, he's only dividends because I invest. Why? Like, what? Like, they really think they're winning here? This is the only thing I can't stand with the internet. When there are people that will attack other people and they think they're getting over with it. They're not. You're not. Go have your little cult of people that believe, in false things that are going on. Like, this is really about you. Like, you don't really get that this lady here is just nuts. You don't get it? Like, you're a believe all women because all women never lie? You fucking stupid. What
Or
planet
they
are
just
you
bricked up. Or they just bricked up and they're like, I could fix her. I could fix her.
Yeah, right. You want Vince's leftovers?
It's better than nothing.
Holy shit. Yeah. I don't know. The guys I know don't care if women like them, and they get the most chicks. So that's how it works, really. When you like care all this much and you're defending people you don't know, when you don't even know the facts on the matter, you kind of look like a stupid idiot that's white knighting. That's all. Let us white knight for a little bit for Kendall Gray. I'll do that. I mean, I did listen to a video of her earlier, and I'm not a fan of her talking, that's for sure. But man, she can wrestle. She looks amazing. So she's going places. I said it about Tiffany Stratton. It's happened. I said it about Sol Ruca as soon as I saw her. It happened. And now I'm saying it about Kendall Gray. What's the holdup? Like, let's go with this. So get her on the main roster. And she's like a real wrestler too, Danny. Like actually wrestles. You know, earmuff wrestling. You mean the sister isn't really blonde? What? I thought she was. Yeah, it was very embarrassing. Just like when Sasha Banks had one of the worst. Her forehead was like all the way back here like Stephen A. It's crazy. Yeah. Here you go. Vince making out with Trish Stratus in front of his wife. You can't see the wife in this picture, but she's behind him in a wheelchair watching.
Pretending to be comatose or something.
Mm-hmm. She might still be pretending to be comatose as Secretary of Education, right? Look, here's Vince looking at Danny very seductively. You're next, Danny, he says. And did we go over this? I think we went over this. Pat McAfee to never return to the WWE. Oh, yes, this is the news I've been waiting for. Yes. No more Pat McAfee. Get out of our lives. Here's another news story. Rhea Ripley's been injured again, but they got more stuff for her to come, kids. So don't worry. She's going to get tatted up probably even more. Pretty soon she's going to be fully black like Demon Balor.
What did she hurt this time? Was it her feelings again?
What? I see what you did there. Maybe.
No, seriously, I don't know what she's hurt. What she's injured.
I don't either. But the news is she got banged up on their European tour, so we might not see her for a little bit. She is the champ, and of course they're going to have stuff ready for her for SummerSlam. I mean, the one thing's for sure, with Vince McMahon back, WrestleMania wouldn't stink. He could get WrestleManias right. And even the SummerSlams, just these PLEs, bro. Any of the ones I've been watching lately, it ain't it. The AEW pay-per-views, on the other hand, believe it or not, they get rave reviews from everybody. Everybody loves the AEW pay-per-views. They just don't like the shows. So, there's that. All right, what else do I got? Trump loves inflation. I have that written down. He doesn't care about the financial problems of Americans, and he loves inflation this week. Oh, and he stole oil from Iran.
I heard that.
Again, can we believe any of this? Who knows what to believe anymore? But he's like, now they know that we've been stealing it. It's like, I don't know, bro. Prices are still going up here. We've been hitting our reserves. That's supposedly the word. So, yep. Great. Yeah, I wrote down 68 times he said we were close to a deal. 68. And so yesterday was 69, right? Get it? I'm telling you, there's a lot to the numbers of the things that they put out in the media. So maybe this is the end with the whole 6'9" number. No 6'7", 6'9". There's a lot of different very occultic numbers, like 42 and 33 and 9 and 6. And you ever hear about them stories? I know they just seem like numbers to everybody else, but they have some sort of meaning to people that are in high places, and they use it as like gang signs.
Yeah. 42 is a good one.
Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah.
Jackie Robinson's number, the first black baseball player.
Oh, it's the answer to life, the universe, and everything in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's the answer to life is 42.
Didn't even know that.
But they don't know what the question is. So if you're to know the question, then the answer would change and everything would restart. So you can never know the answer on the question. But the answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything is 42. That's it. That's all you get told.
You know what it probably is 6 times 7. That was the question.
That's not the answer to life, the universe, and everything, though.
Maybe it is. 6, 7. Get it? My God, I just did it. I figured out the whole meaning of life. It's horse. The kids saw what I did there.
No, I know what you're doing. Just sitting still like a T-Rex, hoping.
Yeah. Just notes. Yeah. Trust me, it wasn't a good one, so I tried my best. Coach says, so they are moving Paxley up from NXT. And that's cool. Got a big, hideous tattoo on her leg, boy. Woo. She's another one. By the time she gets moved up, I wouldn't be surprised if she turned into a Rhea Ripley. But people seem to love her. My favorite gimmick was her backstage with her toys, her Barbies, and pulling the heads off and shaking them in the air like this, like Dr. Huge does. I did contact her and Priscilla Kelly at the time when she was on NXT because they were all playing dolls together. And I said, hey, can I join? And they said, no, you're black. I said, oh, all right. I don't know if they said that, but I thought that when I got no reply. So always reply back to Dr. Huge. I don't even know what it means. I remember the first time I ever heard of it, one of my nephews went, I go, you know what this means? And I'm like, I know, I get what's going on already. Like, there's something new that came out that they know that I don't know, right? Because I know everything. They don't know nothing. And I went, not a catch? Because that's what the refs do when they come out. They come out and go like this. If you juggle a catch and it's not like a perfect catch, it's incomplete. And they go out and they go like this. And they'll like run up to the play even. So you'll be like a receiver on the ground that just got hit by somebody and you dropped the ball or didn't catch it correctly. And the ref goes over you and starts going 6-7 on you. And he went, no. And I said, oh, then it must have something to do with like dicks. And I was right. I know my teenagers.
Big titties. It's big titties.
Oh, that's big titties? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You do this with them? And you both sides? I do it at the same time like this.
Hey, mix it up. Mix it up.
It is. Did I ever tell you my high school story of 69 so shortly? You know, I wasn't 69ing or anything, but I was in biology class. And I had just watched Billy Madison. I remember the moment he was like in the middle of his class with the young kids or whatever. And he goes, 69. And nobody laughed, right? Same thing happened to me, except I was with my peers. So it was and the teacher literally stopped and like looked at me and went like, Dr. Huge, what are you doing? And I looked around and I went, wow, everybody's got their head down. So, yeah, he said to turn to page 69. And all I did was 69. That's all I did. And nobody got it. Nobody cared. So, yep. Maybe I was just more adult than the rest of everybody else at the time.
Same so.
Oh my goodness. Yep. What else do I got? I got more stuff here. Don't fall asleep yet, Danny. I got more stuff. Liv Morgan has nothing to do. Everybody's upset with that. She's a champion right now, and she's pretty much a glorified manager at this point. So, yep, Liv Morgan, you get well, sweetie, baby. Dominic Mysterio, kind of the same story, but of course they got something for him going on. Just the wrestling stuff in general, like these regular wrestling notes like this they're boring. Like Steve Macklin, you probably never heard of Steve Macklin, right, Danny?
Nope.
Yep,
Correct.
He's a TNA wrestler, pretty over, big name. He left there because of their creative. He wasn't happy what was given with him, and I think other wrestlers. That's a big loss for them. This is a hilarious story. Becky Lynch said in a podcast somewhere, she believes she can fight MMA now because she had been beaten up by Ronda Rousey. Because she survived. Do you remember that night, by the way?
The WrestleMania match?
Nope. It was a Monday Night Raw. They had gotten into a Twitter beef, and Becky Lynch brought up her husband online. And then Ronda Rousey was like, I'm going to beat you up for real now. And Becky Lynch was like, oh, shit. So Raw comes the following week, and Becky Lynch cuts a little promo, whatever. And I remember when Ronda Rousey's music hit, Becky Lynch kind of backed off into the corner and made had this face on her, like where she was smiling, like, here we go. She's supposed to take a receipt for that incident or them fighting online. And then I'm all speculating, but I'm telling you, I got it. I figured out. So Ronda Rousey comes out, and they had told Ronda Rousey, don't punch her in the face, punch her in the body. So give her and she went out there and just started giving her a bunch of body shots. And it didn't, like, real ones. I think she was allowed to, like, tee off on Becky Lynch for a segment. And then I forget what happened afterwards. She dragged out of the ring, rolled out, whatever the heck. But she really thinks she can fight MMA because of that. Nope, that's not true. She wasn't allowed to punch you in the face.
But she did a really good job of blocking those kicks with her ribs and getting. She avoided. Well, no, she didn't avoid them, but she avoided them hurting more, maybe, and that's what.
Yeah, you could see she was trying to, like, block the punches and things, but she got beat up.
Yeah. If she started dodging all that with, like, Neo or something, you know what I mean, and Rousey didn't lay a finger on her, and then she's like, oh, actually, I might be quite good at this. It's like, yeah, fair enough then, have a go, enjoy. But yeah, just like you say, she got her ass kicked. That doesn't mean you're good at the thing now.
Just a silly ass story. Come on, Becky Lynch. Like, she's one of these people. I get it. You've managed to fulfill many of your life dreams and goals and things, but you can't do everything. I think Thunder Rosa learned this the hard way too. I think she fought MMA once because she's a tough broad, right? In wrestling, it's a whole nother thing. Actually, like, fighting motherfuckers in an octagon. Yeah. So, no. So get well, Becky Lynch. Don't ever do that. I just can't stand these Becky Lynches and AJ Lees, and AJ Lee's not coming back, and people seem to be upset about that. And it's like, who cares? Who cares? She was there for the T-shirt sales. Now she's gone. Deal with it. I mean, we saw the match at WrestleMania, or I did anyway. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. Who cares? I don't care about either one of them. How about that, Seth Rollins? Go on, beat me up now if you see me. I mean, everybody makes of him and Becky Lynch out here like, oh, can you believe what a husband and what a wife, and the way he looks at people that get autographs signed by Becky Lynch. Oh, look, he's such a husband, and it's all fucking cringe. Nothing says adult more than naming yourself Dr. Huge, really? I don't know. I think that's a I could be a children's show. Could be. When I go out on the video games and people see my Dr. Huge in their lobbies, they love it. They always laugh. I'll walk by somebody and they'll see my name come up on the speaker or whatever in a game and they go, Dr. Huge, oh my God, that's amazing. It seems pretty simple to me, right? I mean, the full Dr. Hugenstein, people don't get that. Then they start going hugging and, like all of a sudden they can't spell anymore or really like get things. So we're sticking to Dr. Huge over here. Do you have anything you want to complain about this week? Well, you weren't on last week. Was anything even the week before?
I'm pretty chill this week, to be fair. It's been all right. I've avoided wrestling, which is normally quite a pleasant experience. No, I've been doing quite a bit of family stuff this week, so not really had a chance to do much. I was amused with Star Wars falling on its face, that new film of theirs, making $25 million in the opening weekend, but it cost them $166 million, and they made $25 million in the opening weekend. Beaten by two YouTube directors, one of which made $26 million in the opening weekend, and that only cost $750,000 to make. And then there was the other one that made like 80 something. Do you know what I mean? In a Star Wars fucking weekend, and they made 80 million from a budget of like 3 or something.
That is wild when you really think about it.
Yeah. I can't remember the names of the film, sorry, but
Obsession in Backrooms.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah. But yeah, one just beat Star Wars by $1 million, but it cost $750,000 to make, and the other one like nearly quadrupled what Star Wars made for just with $3 million, and Star Wars spent 166. Just fucking embarrassing. Give it up. If you can't print money with Star Wars, just fucking give it up.
They won't though.
No.
For whatever reason, it's like the Madden thing. They're just going to hold on to the IP forever and just ruin everybody's lives with it. But this is all people want. They want just fresh material to hit the big screen. We don't want The Thing Part 2 and Matrix 4 and all that. You're like, what the fuck are you guys thinking? Enough of the same thing over and over. I heard a rumor the other day that they want to do another 3 Star Wars. That can't be true, right?
Yeah, it can.
Oh my God.
They've got the rights to it now. It's going to be forever. And that'll be the thing. They'll just always be like, oh yeah, we need to get another trilogy. Trilogies are the thing for Star Wars, so everything needs to be a trilogy. Yeah, Pedro Pascal is a piece of yeah, good one, Paladin. It's not fun to look at or listen to.
First time I seen him was Narcos, the Netflix series, and I love that series. But then, I mean, he's just everywhere to the point he was Mr. Fantastic recently, the Narcos guy. Like what? Yeah. So. Yep. How about
they really push it hard with the comics with him being Mr. Fantastic, because when you look at the old comic books, and if you look in the top left corner, you see the little headshots of all the different superheroes that are going to be in this week's issue. Normally, when they have any of the Marvel characters or DC characters, they'll use the old image of them. They won't use anything that looks specifically like the actor that plays them in the live action version. But not with Pedro Pascal. I've noticed on Fantastic Four covers now, they've put his face on there instead of the original design. It's just, do you know what I mean? It's just proper fucking hijacking.
It was the shits.
Yeah, enough of that.
Yeah, and the Star Wars thing, it's just they'll keep doing it because like this month's Pride. So if you look at the comics this month, it's just like here's all the gay characters or the characters we want to pretend are gay, and it's like that's what we're selling this month, and we're using Star Wars to do it. And they just do something different each month, and it's normally their fucking shitty films that they advertise, but they do get other things in there.
Remember the Predator? The latest one that was like bi or something or non-binary. It's like a predator now we're doing this with? Okay. Holy shit. Oh, but I did watch Scream 7 last night.
Right.
I haven't watched I watched some of the Screams. I can't keep them straight, really. I don't know if I saw 4. I know I saw like 5 or 6 or whatever, but I was thinking, and again, I am a pessimist in things, and I don't like a lot of things, and it's hard to get over with me with some stuff, but I liked it. I think I'm just like getting to the point where I'm like, I accept what I'm about to watch, and I'm not looking to get blown away. It did everything. It gave you the little nostalgia hit. It was the most like the first one, and it was done on purpose this way. It was more like the first one than any of the other ones, in my expert opinion. So go check out part 7. And holy mackerel, this what's her name? The reporter. She was in Friends.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox, man.
Has she not aged well?
She looks old, bro. Like fucking real. Like it like scared me old. Like, you know what I mean? Like what? Like how old am I now? Like what happened? And you can tell she had a lot of work done and everything. And it just, you're in a movie, and I'm still thinking like, wow, you look old, man. So I don't know, David Arquette. I'm sure he's still young and handsome, of course. Yep. So just watch it for that, because she kind of looks like the Joker.
Well, I was going to say the creative for the scary movies switched around a little bit, didn't they? So this is the first time these guys have done one of the films in like 3 or 4 films, I think. Because they stopped doing
Scary Movie or Scary Movies?
Scary Movie.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the new one that's just come out.
Yeah.
The Wayland brothers haven't done. They haven't been in charge of one for a little while, have they? They've missed a few.
Yeah, so
they've missed a couple.
They did the first 2, which were the 2 best. Then 3 came out with Charlie Sheen. That's the one they didn't own.
Right.
And then I think they also did 4 and 5, but whatever. They came back, and this is the one that they did. And the rumors have it again that it's this one's the shits.
It's the shits.
That's what I've heard. I heard some people were laughing. I heard some people weren't. But the way it was expressed online consensusly seemed to be like they were just there were a lot of like really safe jokes.
Right.
So if they made like a trans joke or something, it was just real safe. They're not trying to offend anybody or anything or any other movies out here, which is like, if that's what you're trying to do and not trying to offend anybody, it ain't gonna work. You're going to offend people with your hot takes and your critiques and what you like compared to things you don't like, if you're trying to relay a message of in an entertaining fashion. But if you're just going to try to be safe with everything out here, it ain't going to work. So that's why a lot of the gaming shows and podcasts and blogs and, movies, same or whatever you're into, they generally stink because they're trying to be courteous to the people that they're covering, and they can't be. They're biased. They're just not being real with anybody. Yep. But... And how about this? Neve Campbell, I don't know how she still maintains being hot, even though she's got a total mom bod now. Like, she's a full-blown mom now, which is scary to me because I just saw her in Twisted Metal like 2-3 years ago, and she was like really hot. No mom bod or anything. Scream 7, total mom. Maybe they did it on purpose. Maybe it's AI because she had a kid in the movie, so like a full-blown teenager. Yep. Anyway, get well, Neve Campbell. CM Punk hasn't been around since WrestleMania, and people are worried about him. He looks like he's on the gas now. He's been working out crazy.
One of my friends texted me the other day, actually, and said, have you seen Punk? He looks huge.
Does.
And I was like, I've saw was it? I think you made something where he was like 3 times bigger than he was actually meant to look. Someone blew him up out.
Yeah, I made him a little bit.
Yeah.
But he looked big in the picture already.
Yeah, I could tell, but I didn't see the original picture, but I saw one where he was blown out of proportion. And I'd said like, oh yeah, I saw something, but I've not been watching it. Yep. But he was like, oh no, fucking more gym goals for me, sort of thing. So
Maybe he's an oil boy, like I was watching last week. He's just pumping oil into his biceps and things. Looking like one of those freaks of nature out there. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's look at more clips here. Let's find some stuff. Everybody just wait and hit the like button and subscribe and all the rest. Yeah, we looked at yeah, there's Rusev ripping off Rey Mysterio's mask. We saw that. I know we want to go up here. Look at this fucking guy. Hold on. This is amazing shit right here to me. So we got the weigh-ins for the UFC here. Josh Hokit showed up to the weigh-ins drunk and threw up on himself. So what, he said, maybe I was drinking last night. Who wouldn't be? I have a giant black man that wants to knock me out. He said that while he was up here, so let's watch the video.
Josh Hokit.
Look at the walk.
It's even more. It stands out even more because he's just in his bloody boxer shorts.
Josh Hokit.
He looks like the Sasquatch in the video, the Bigfoot that they captured. That's how he's walking, swinging the arms, and he looks like he's gonna fall backwards. I love the way they say his name, but as he comes out, listen to this.
Josh Hokit.
So what? Maybe I was drinking last night.
He threw up on himself. Did you see that?
He did it before he even said anything. He did it. He'd already done it once.
Whoa!
As soon as there's that step onto the little podium was enough to jiggle his guts.
I was drinking last night.
Oh, it's on his chest. He puked on his tattoo, his lion tattoo. Now it looks like the lion on his chest threw up.
Yeah.
It
looks, or the lion has a big snot coming out.
It's about who won it. Who wouldn't be? I have a giant black man that wants to knock me out. He has the most knockouts in UFC history.
Be still, Josh.
231. 231. The official weight for Josh Hokit.
Who are you guys looking at? Oh, he almost falls over.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you would please, Josh.
Oh, I feel a bit bad now because I thought it was a bit more like in jest, but he seems a bit genuinely upset and scared.
I don't know. This is one of the fighters that's going to be at the White House. I don't even know is this AI?
Could be.
I don't even know anymore. This is wild shit, though. I gotta watch that, at least him coming out again.
Josh Hokit.
He's like pussyfooting around in the house trying to make sure he's quiet, like he's sneaking in past his bedtime.
Watch there. It just did you say?
So what? Maybe I was drinking last night.
Nobody asked.
So what? Maybe I was drinking last night.
I want to see the first one.
So what? Maybe I was drinking last night.
That's what I'm going to say to people when they ask me, right? Usually I just go, they go, are you slurring? And I'm like, are you a pussy? Yeah, wow. Get well, Hokit. I mean, holy shit, you're wasted like one day before your match. Getting weighed. Got vomit all over your lion chest. This is, man. I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that was, like I say, that wasn't what I was sort of like expecting from the tease. I thought it was more going to be like, all right, lads, I know I'm a bit shit-faced. I had one too many last night. Who'd blame me? He's going to try and beat me up tomorrow. But that was a bit like nobody asked him and mentioned the drinking. It was just threw upon himself and bared his soul a little bit. Felt bad.
Unbelievable. Oh, I know how to make you angry, and I love this. Look at this. This is the lady from Stranger Things. She's like a woman. What? This was news to me, Danny, because I didn't watch Stranger Things. I watched the first season. That was it.
I tried to watch the first episode.
This is the first time we've been able.
Look at this. Have you seen this? Look at this person. This is a person, everybody. What is going on, Danny? So our celebrities are basically like OnlyFans people now. That's what's going on? Because she's not showing off her outfit, right? I think we're all smart enough to realize that's not the case.
I thought it was the wallpaper that was the purpose of the video. She was showing off a new wallpaper.
Full coverage, but...
Look at this, full coverage. I don't know. I'm waiting for more of this. Thank you, Mr. Grindle, for posting this. Shout out to the Grindler.
Is it just like a game of see how much he can get away with showing?
Oh, it's going to be less and less going forward, right? I think that's the thing, and luring the people into the accounts. I don't even know if it's an OnlyFans. It's just this is the culture. This is what we do now. So, I don't hate it, but I don't really love it either. You know what I mean? Because I understand.
Yeah, it's a good point, but they were always prostitutes.
Yep. I think that was Grindle's point. Like, what the hell? What's going on here? Yep. Punk got Botox in his arms. Is that what's going on, Paladin?
Well,
you like that guy walking out on stage, don't you? That was one of my favorite clips of the week, too. That was getting annihilated before your big fight in front of Donald J. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I suppose. But if you think I'm going to get my fucking head kicked in front of all those people at the 250,
I'm telling you, it can get ugly if there are thunderstorms and stuff, and the way they have this little thing set up. I'm sure they got places to block the rain and things, but over here in the Northeast, it gets awfully muggy, so it's not going to be comfortable for the fighters outside at night. Yep. So CM Punk, I think you're doing roids. Anytime somebody leaves in the middle of like their pro athletic career for weeks or a month, and then all of a sudden they get humongous, that's LeBron James. He does it every year. So he usually leaves for a couple weeks in the middle of the season, goes, I'm tired and I'm taking games off. And then he gets the, the this and the this and the that and the this. Does all that.
So has Punk been easing off with like some of the high fly stuff, like his springboard and launch and things like that?
I haven't seen him do a whole lot of. He will always do one or two things per match. From what I've seen lately, still that's a high risk maneuver, jumping out of a ring or something. But yeah, he doesn't wrestle a lot. He probably does like some live events here and there that are safe, and then generally, I'm not even saying he puts on bad matches. I think it's just more in ring, more storytelling type matches, which is fine.
I'm just thinking, like you're saying, like getting much bigger. I'm just thinking about the bloody knees and feet and ankles and that. 'Cause he's not getting younger, is he? That's not how it works. So as you get older, you don't really want to put too much on the top half if you're still doing a lot of his moveset. If he's modified his sort of like routine, then yeah, I suppose he could make it work. But if you're still trying to do like springboard stuff, it might not end very well.
And how about this? Jey Uso, he won his King of the Ring match last night, and nobody saw that coming because Finn Balor was in that match, and also LA Knight was, and those were my picks. I'm like, one of those must be winning. It can't be Jey Uso again. Right? Nope, it's Jey Uso.
Mm.
So your final four for the King of the Ring for the PLE or whatever is Javon Evans, Mysterio Jr. there, Dom, Obafemi, and the last one we just got last night, which again blows my mind, is Jey Uso. Huh? So we're not done yeeting, Danny. I don't know what they're doing to LA Knight. It gives me the same feeling as Karrion Kross, where it's like they're over, they're good, they can do something, but the WWE is annoyed that they're good.
Yeah, because it wasn't on their schedule. They're not good because of them, because of the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
They were already good. LA Knight was already good.
Yeah, how dare you be good, LA Knight? Be a jobber for everybody else and like it. That's how they want it to go.
How dare you not need our training school? You can just come in and do the job and be able to be left like with a live fucking camera.
And he does. He even said it himself. He was on a show this past week and said he's felt underappreciated everywhere he's been. He was in TNA. I could tell they did. They gave him a little talk show. They treated him a little better than most, I would say, at Impact when it was called that. But he was at NWA for a little while. I remember even thinking to myself, like, how the fuck is Eli Drake on NWA? Not like NWA is the complete shits. It's something out there, right? But that's below even like MLW and stuff at this point, it seems like, because they're just like more of a studio audience type thing, and it's being run by our rich and famous rock star. But yeah, I mean, to even be, if you felt underappreciated there too, like, damn, bro.
It's been held up by a rock star. That company ain't fucking making much, if anything. And Smashing Pumpkins tours is paying all them people's wages and all those bills.
Oh, totally. And it's too bad. I mean, and I don't dislike it. I think a lot, it's cool older wrestling. If that's what you're into, Danny, you know, you're mad at the Vince stuff. It kind of still exists there. Of course, the territories are never coming back, but you still got the layout in the old fashioned way of doing things, kind of, with NWA still.
Yeah, and it did have promise, but I give it a go, and I got right behind it, and I encourage other people to. But then fucking around with Cornette was just left a real bad taste in my mouth. And then there was other things with the management that came out afterwards, and it's like, all right, so you called Cornette all these things, and then you go and sort of like show that you're like dirty little bastards or whatever. And yeah, I just didn't want to bother with it after that. And it's a shame because I did like the setup. And LA Knight Eli Drake did stand out like a fucking superstar on that. So did Ricky Starks, because he was on it with him as well.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you, Coach. It is still good to watch every once in a while. They had Cornette, they had Wade Barrett. Like, they were really hitting on all cylinders there for a little bit. They had Ricky Starks over there, was one of their champions. Yeah. So they were getting guys over. Again, they were smart enough to bring in Eli Drake and other guys. But it's just, it makes me feel sad for whatever reason when I'll see them on YouTube and they'll get like 100. They'll get Dr. Huge numbers on a video. And I'm like, how is NWA getting the same amount of views as Dr. Huge? That's crazy. And I should still need a lot more. Hit the like button. Thank you. Much, much more. We want to swamp NWA, right? And then the NWA wrestlers are like, well, you got to buy my merch and you got to do this and do that to have me on. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm going to pay you to promote you. Go fuck yourself. How about that? Give me a go fuck yourself, Cody. For all the stupid indie wrestlers that think they're bigger than they are.
Go fuck yourself.
Clearly, you don't understand how this game works. You're supposed to be out here promoting yourself. I have something I built here. Whether you think it's the shits or not, it's mine. So don't think you're coming on here and you're going to get paid by me. Your payment is being on here. Get it? Dumb fucks. Buy shit from me. It's like, listen, bro, I've been around in the game with the bands and the comedians and the this and the that. I get it. All you people that push your merchandise on people, that's not how it works. Okay? You don't push it on people. You don't go out in the middle of other people's sets and go, hey, you want to buy and you want to get this stuff? You look like a creep. Creep behavior. Tell him, Danny.
Yeah, there's no need for it. You don't need to be like John Cena with his trench coat, just all these t-shirts for sale.
yeah, right. It's kind of like that. We'll give him the dummy buttons. I got to find it somewhere. Well, there, it's kind of here. It's really low, though. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, Eli Drake in the building, sort of. So, yep. You get well, too. Hopefully, one day they'll respect you, which they won't. One of my favorite thumbnails of a live that we've done was the one with LA Knight backstage when Triple H was telling him that how he was gonna lose during Money in the Bank, when everybody thought, with everybody thinking he was gonna win it, but that he told him right there, and then Eli Drake, he looked like he wanted to cry. This LA Knight, this Eli Drake, this Maximum Male Model. What was his name when he was a Maximum Male Model? Somebody in the chat, let me know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
SmackDown the 2 hours again. I know that's been the news for quite
Was it Max?
some time.
Wasn't it Max? Sorry, Max Dupree.
Yes, it was Max Dupree.
Max Dupree and Maxine Dupree.
Mhm.
That's what they did, wasn't it? Yeah, Max
His
Dupree.
sister is still working with the company. He changed his name back. You know, he's like Mick Foley with all these different characters. So that was his like dude love character. He was getting really close to other men's faces and like be like inhaling like their scent and things. Oh man. So yeah, we talked about the good nut. We didn't talk about Royce Keys, but why talk about Royce Keys? Because I mean, again, this is just strictly show boring stuff. He's mixed in with the MFTs and their secondary bloodline on SmackDown, which is going to 2 hours in a month or two. Thank God. Rusev unmasked Rey Mysterio. Big deal. Chad Gable kind of getting pushed. I think that's a reason why a lot of people liked this past Raw show, is because he's kind of going on an apology tour. You know, completely unlike your OTC Roman Reigns. OTC does all these nefarious things to everybody out here. Didn't apologize once, by the way. I just want to point that out. Chad Gable is apologizing to every masked Mexican that he can find. So that happened. Finn Balor's a good guy again, but Damian Priest doesn't believe it. And he's on SmackDown now. CM Punk's supposedly going to SmackDown now. So maybe this show is going to get fixed up. Going to 2 hours, adding Finn Balor, adding CM Punk, adding some more wrestlers to make it cool and entertaining is, I guess, what's best for business, right? So congratulations, SmackDown and Nick Aldis. Look at the job you're doing lately. King of the Ring, yep. We just went over the 4 guys that are going to be in that. That's like one of the next pay-per-views. Probably, is it in Saudi again? Is this a Saudi crowning of a king?
I think they're all in Saudi now, aren't they? It's just easier for them to just do them all in Saudi now.
Crazy. And Rollins, everybody thought Rollins was going to win it. And then when he got knocked out almost 2 weeks ago at this point, you know, we thought it was going to be LA Knight. We thought it was going to be Finn Balor. We thought it was going to be Dr. Huge even. But no, it's back to Jey Uso. Big dub. Everybody do it at home. Come on, Danny.
Pa. 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 Pa.
Don't ruin the eating. But yep, Jey Uso's kind of like a bad guy now. He's acting more obnoxious than usual. The poutiness, he's a tough guy, but acts like a 9-year-old. Got it.
The good heels. I always thought when the Usos first rebranded from like the coming out and doing the hackers and the bloody face paint and all that lot, and when they came out as like street Usos, I was like, I thought it worked really well. But then it's just like a lot of sort of gimmicks. As soon as you turn them face, it's like, man, you were tough before when you were heels, and now you just come off like goofy. Like, yeah, it's just not the same.
The people love it, Danny.
It's fine.
Could I just do like 2 hours of eating? I'll get so defined over here.
Just one side.
Yeah, I'll have a big titty over here, and then I'll have a big muscular rock titty over here. Shout out to The Rock. You're better. He had a cancer scare. That's the news.
Oh, did he? Oh. I didn't know that.
Remember he got real skinny and stuff, too?
Yeah.
Maybe it was that. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't even a cancer scare. Maybe it's all a lie and he just couldn't eat babies or something for a month.
Yeah. He's been trying real hard to get us on his side in the last couple of years, hasn't he?
But either way, you know, I'm good with The Rock being around. I guess I'll allow it. Hey, Ribshot, if you're still here, I seen you on another show in their chat. The In Your House guys or whatever, who need to be subscribing to Dr. Huge. Like, hurry up with that. They think I'm doing what they're doing. You're doing what I'm doing. Okay? That's how this works. And I don't know if I allowed you to go over there. I might have forgot, you understand? I might have forgot that I told you it was okay, but you better run it by me again before you go into somebody else's show's chat that talks about anything to do with wrestling. Because you're property of the Dr. Huge Show. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Tell him no yeet.
Yep, thank you. Yeah. It's always no yeet. Always no yeet from me.
Yep. Oracle says, we the yeet. People in order to form a more perfect union. Yeah. Yeet. Trump will get everybody all together, the blacks and the whites and the trans, and everybody will yeet in unison. Yeet, yeet. And then the aliens will show up with an orb of light, like Christ figure that comes out of it, and then it will start yeeting. Yeet, yeet. And then it will be the Antichrist. No yeet. That's my story. I have been writing I told you, I haven't told anybody else. I hear telling people your ideas of what you're going to do is always like a bad move. And nothing probably will ever come of it. But I have been writing a comic book. And it's fucking dope. Cool. And maybe I'll let people read it sometime and maybe I won't. But I think I have a whole list of characters. I have a whole universe concocted right here and right in my notebook. Get ready for that, Danny. Mm-hmm. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Do you have any plans? You ever going to make an entertainment novel, comic?
Yeah, I have stuff written, but it's just getting around to getting it ready, put out properly. Something will happen eventually when I'm like 90 or some shit. But no, it's just now I've got little and it's even bloody harder. But just juggling between like writing for a living and just having a life and just like writing, like whether it's like blogs or ghostwriting or whatever. It's just sometimes then when you sit down in front of a computer after you've finished writing for however many hours, it's like, you know what, I don't. I'll find another time to type this. So it's my own fault. I'm not saying it's not, but yeah, life does get in the way of some things. But even if nothing comes of like everyone's little projects and that, it's good to have stuff like that just to keep your brain going.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And I do the Grail method, they call it. But so I just write a ton of notebooks and I can always go back to it. You know, so I don't forget anything because it's really like, I don't know. I really think that's the way to do things. And then it makes you so much faster and sharper as far as your writing and ideas go. But then, of course, the hardest part is the execution of ideas. So, but you need them and you got to remember them first. You know how many ideas I've had and I'm like, I got to write this down, and then I lost it.
Yeah.
Like thousands of times.
It's so easily done.
Jacob Fatu, by the way, he supposedly is pretty banged up. And I heard he was when he went to Europe as well. That these European live shows just messed these guys and girls up. But he took on Roman Reigns, healthy enough to do that, I guess. Now he's one of his henchmen. But I guess the rumor has it that they're kind of like done with the push. Remember, there was this big Jacob Fatu push to him eventually being champion. It never came to fruition because they don't see him having the stuff, and I never really seen him having the stuff like that. Like, it's going to take a little bit longer to refine whatever his promo skills. And sure, his promos come off pretty natural and things, but it's all the same old shit, you know, all gas, no brakes, huh? You're like talking like, you know, the Samoan, your typical Samoan gangster from California. And, yeah, they didn't see that lasting long term, especially when you consider people like Roman Reigns. He's not going to get over in Roman Reigns. But that's one story. How about this story, Danny? Kathy Kelly came out this week, and it's a whole big deal. Kathy Kelly has autism, supposedly. You know how this goes. Everybody it almost seems like to me everybody wants to be autistic.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get your channel in. I don't want to get your channel into trouble.
You know, don't get my channel taken away.
No.
But I think you understand the vibe of what I'm even bringing the story up, because it was like a big story this week. And it's like, Kathy Kelly's autistic, don't you know? They told her she was autistic. She doesn't act or seem like that on TV at all. Maybe she is in her personal life, but I mean, please, like, these people, they think they're like artsy fartsy or something or special. I mean, you know, maybe they are, but they really think they're like special because they have like some sort of disability.
Superpower. They've tried to flip it and be like, it's a superpower now because I can harness all these different skills. Yeah, and it's not just autism, but yeah, all I'll say is there's a difference between autistic traits, which are found in lots of people, and autism as a full diagnosis, which is a lot of traits present in the same person. So yeah, what they used to do is they used to wait for people to have so many of these traits for like a disorder and things, and go, oh, you've got this many of these traits, and so many of this traits, and that combines and makes this. Whereas now it's just, what's that? You have one trait? Cool. There you go. There's some medication, or there's a note to not be at school, or there's an excuse to not do whatever you're trying to avoid doing. And then the people who genuinely do need the help are just left by the wayside because there's so many people just claiming they've got things. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'll stop trying to get your channel into trouble now.
I'm totally with you. And I think a lot of it, too, is some of these people, I don't think that they are at all what they have been diagnosed with. I've used to work with runaways and teens and stuff like that, and they would show up into my programs and things, and they wouldn't be on any drugs, right? Within a month, they may leave the program, couple months, and they would have a fucking bag. I'm not even kidding. Like a big puffy bag, like a Ziploc bag, one of the big ones that you put in the freezer, just full of just all different kinds of meds. And I'm like, this is what the government does. They just load these fuckers up on meds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and then they get into their 20s and 30s and go, I'm autistic. It's not like you're just on drugs. You know, you've just been on a lot of drugs. Maybe that's the case.
And the drive from them's gone because of the drugs, and just the fact of, like, for however many years after that diagnosis, all they hear is, oh no, it's all right, you can't do that, you've got this. And it's like, oh no, my child doesn't have to do that, they've got that. And it's like, so now I don't feel bad because I don't feel like I failed, and now they don't feel bad because they don't feel like they failed. And sometimes life is just trying and failing and going, shit, I did that wrong, how do I do it right next time? And if you don't do that, you don't fucking grow. But a lot of these people, as well as being medicated, have just, like I say, they've just been told to not even fucking try.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've been told not to try many times doing this show. They're like, just cut it out. What are you doing trying? You know, that's very cringe to try. So Paladin says, have you heard of the Rippaverse? A YouTuber made a comic book company. I haven't read any of the books, but I think they have some old school comic writers and artists there. You might have just opened a can of worms, Paladin. I know Danny knows him, right?
Yeah.
It was all about are you pro or anti-Ripper?
The concept of like a parallel comic book sort of like industry or just your own little all on board for that. If you can make an indie little indie bubble work and you can get comics out, awesome. Some people do just get into like we've said with all these talking heads that are on like the pre-shows and stuff for wrestling that aren't necessarily interested in wrestling. They just know they've got something to sell. They just need to learn how to infiltrate the fandom, is what I'll say, was the quote I heard. And if someone's infiltrating a fandom, that doesn't sound like they've actually got much of a genuine interest. It just seems like they're trying to find a way to flog stuff. But other people, artists, writers will have benefited from that, so see it how you will.
You own any Ripper books?
No.
You like Ethan Van Sciver? He's now in my Dabbleverse, Dirty Jersey Rat.
Really?
He's been posting clips of. I saw one last night of. I went, Ethan Van Sciver's in my world now.
No, I don't own any of the Ripper books, but like I say, I support people that want to. That it's a great idea. Is just, and he has done well for himself, and other people will hopefully try and sort of like get their own comics out in a similar sort of like way of like self-promotion. And you know,
people were mad at him because of using like AI backgrounds. Did I hear that correctly?
No,
I'm not like totally into this, but I do know of it.
I hadn't heard that, but yeah, that's shitty if that's the case, because it was meant to be to bring like proper jobs to proper people and things like that. So
it might not even be true. I just know, you know how these internet games are. These people, they probably lie about each other. It's whole like internet communities, like Comicsgate. Have you heard of Comicsgate, Paladin? I know you have, Danny, but I know Paladin's just he's like wondering if we heard of the Rippaverse. I'm into all these fucking weirdo communities, and yeah, Comicsgate was one. That's how I know Ethan Van Sciver. But what do you think of him?
Ethan, yeah, no, I like him. He's funny. He's in a position where it's hard to sort of like manipulate him by like trying to cancel him and stuff like this, because that's the sort of shit he had to deal with a few years ago, which people been like, oh, I'm offended by your opinion and now I'm going to try and get you blacklisted. And it's just like, he already had a certain amount of success, so he didn't have to worry about so much of that. Whereas other people that are like up and coming, they have to sort of like watch what they say, and they're not always honest. Whereas, yeah, some of us just don't fucking care. We just gob off anyway, don't we? But yeah, Ethan's funny. I like him.
The only thing I have a problem with is Ethan Van Sciver. Figure out a different way to speak. Your cadence and the way you talk makes you so untrustable. I can't trust this fuck. Whenever I hear him talk, I'm like, I don't believe anything. You sound you sound like a gossipy lady. Just the way you're speaking. I have nothing else against you. I think you're a great artist, but I can't believe anything you're saying, bro. Like, don't speak to me like that. That's all I gotta say. You'll know what I'm saying if you ever hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Paladin, he's interested in it. Yep. Well, you want to let him know what if you need to leave anytime, by all means, just take off. But we need to know what Comicsgate is. Like, what do you think it is and all that? I know kind of what it is. There was a Gamergate years ago. This is all kind of old news, but these guys are still around, and now they're coming into the Dabbleverse.
I didn't know they'd crept into the Dabbleverse.
It's all the drama stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So the other drama stuff is now, it's leaking in. it's not necessarily in the Dabbleverse, but it's like anybody that's doing Dabbleverse type stuff, which is basically fighting online, it's just kind of forming a planet. You know what I mean? It's very slowly. Yep. So what is, do you know what Comicsgate is, Danny? Like how it formed and
I don't know like the full history of it or anything.
It's generally around the basically woke liberals fighting.
Yeah, and it's just indie comic writers just trying to make their own space so they can get their own stuff out, because they're trying to sort of like, some of them will like sell their ideas and stories to the big comic industry, the big comic companies, but they don't want to listen because you don't like follow them like politically. So it's just left and right. It's just another way of them fighting online and
through comics.
Yeah, just like you say, just finding reason to fight with people online. But comics is the reason to do it. It's like, your comic's crap, my comic's good, or they've changed it, and it's every fandom now has some version of that. Really, I think
that's true. You know what? You know what we should look at? I should. Why isn't CWC on with me right now? I think he's doing a show. I don't know if I allowed that. If I said it was okay for him to do a show, I would actually rather watch this lady again, Bobby Brown. Way better than the Bobby Brown I know. But hold on one second. Let's watch this instead. CWC, stop disrespecting me. He's a regular on one of my favorite podcasts now. So you better not big time me anymore, CWC. I want you on my show too. And then you better get me on with my favorite show. That's what I'm working on, Danny. I'm going to be on, I'm trying to, isn't this funny? It shows you that I don't give a shit, right? Because I'm not looking to get paid. I want to do things that I think are fun. I want to go on shows that I think are fun. Stuttering John, MLC, things like that. And come on, Kevin Brennan. Have me on. You have way stupider, unfunny people than Dr. Hugh, John. But hold on. Let me try to fix up this screen share here. I mean, they keep changing this thing on me. I don't like it. I'm not that smart. I can't keep up with weekly updates. Come on, it's not even moving. It's like frozen. Hold on. I got to get rid of this, I guess. Bye-bye, Bobby Brown. I love you. All right. Now this should be easier. You just wait, everybody in the audience. You just fucking wait, everybody. This isn't me. My computer is going really slow lately, so hold on.
So, well, since we've already... Oh, you got it. Go on.
No, go ahead. Good.
No, that's fine. I was just going to kill some time.
Here is our boy Stuttering John, the show I was on. He's about to talk to some wrestling legends here. And just to be safe, I'm going to make this go 1.25 speed. Like an expert. Watch this.
Hulk Hogan. Hulk, are you sorry that you had to pay that sissy Richard Bells or anything?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, hi, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Do you think the French are sissies?
Can you hear that at all? It's really loud. Yeah. All right, I got turned it all the way up.
Hey, Vince, let me ask you one question, Vince. If there was a draft tomorrow and you were eligible, would you gladly serve or find a cowardly way out?
There's nothing in my past and nothing in my future that would indicate that in any way I'm associated with the word cowardice. I would gladly volunteer.
God, that really... Poor little Vince's Willie then just like shriveled up. He just really does not like that one.
You know he would weasel his way out of it. You know, like most rich kids around the Vietnam time, especially. But I mean, how hot was Prime Steph though? I don't know. Prime Steph was that was some cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Up there with Millie Bobby Brown.
Cowardice. I would gladly volunteer.
No, he wouldn't. That was such a lie, too. There's no way. But yeah, you could tell he really hates Stuttering John, and you're going to see more of him hating him to his face in a minute.
So few blacks in wrestling.
Why are there so few blacks in wrestling, he asked.
Good question. All right, this is our questions up here. We'll be doing one-on-one interviews. One-on-ones? We'll do one-on-ones now. You don't want to talk to me?
Sure. Fire away.
Yeah, go ahead. Not mad at me about the cowardly question, are you?
What?
You know, I asked you if you'd be a draft dodger or...
No, man. You can ask me anything you want to ask me. I can answer. Shame on me.
Yeah. Okay, how much money you got?
How much money do I have?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
count it for me?
No, I mean, are you a, like, you know, I mean, how much you get, like, over 10 million?
Oh, I don't know. When you get to a certain level, you start counting.
And this feud with Hulk Hogan, is that real, or is that just, like, fake, like, you know?
What is Vince 7 feet tall or something, Danny?
It looks.
He's so much bigger than John. Either John's a midget or Vince McMahon is Manute Bol.
We don't do anything fake.
Well, you know, wrestling is fake, all right?
No. Where the hell are you been?
Come on,
What's the matter with you, huh? Wrestling is fake.
You know what I mean? It's
I don't know what you mean.
Well, it's entertainment. It's not real fighting, you know.
Not?
Oh, come on, Vince.
God, it's amazing.
What do you think of this press?
How brilliant. Wait a minute now. You got to hold up and ask questions. You got to read off a piece of paper.
Well, not really, but I mean, I just want to see if there's anything that I haven't answered.
Pressure fairies. Everybody knows that.
Oh, I like that, Vince. Hey, Vince, you know, give a message to Saddam Hussein?
Saddam Hussein, no. Too real.
But any, are you maybe the only white trash that comes out to see these shows?
We don't have any white trash. With the exception of the present company.
Oh, come on, Vince.
Oh, so he essentially called Stuttering John white trash. Because how dare you ask a question, you making material or whatever for the white trash. And he's like, no, I'm in the presence of some presently.
Yeah, Vince hates thinking about when he lived in that trailer park. Any reminder to Vince about him living in that trailer park when he was little. Yeah, he's not like that. It's not. Yeah.
You look at yourself in the mirror.
What do you think of Howard?
You're not white trash.
Of course not. What do you think of Howard Stern?
Howard's great.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
How you doing, girls?
We're great. How are you?
Good. I'm John from the Stern Show. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
Okay. All right. So what do you?
Who the hell are they?
No idea.
I have no idea. All right, that was it, John. We were there for Vince McMahon. I don't know who these people are. But we know Booker T. we know Stuttering John got into it with Booker T, and then Booker T ended up in the show. And the Stern Show was so afraid of Booker T because he's a large black man, right? That they put him in Robin's, like she had her own little like room inside the studio. So they put him in there in case he freaked out so they could like lock him in.
Any question for XRK? How are you?
Yeah, what's going on?
So you think the French are sissies or what?
No comment about it.
What's the capital of New York?
Now you want to play games with this, right?
You remember me?
Yeah, I remember you, man.
I remember you, yeah.
What letter comes after S?
This guy, he still want to play games. I don't have a migraine today, so I'm not in such of a bad.
He was on the weakest link, and he shit the bed. Booker T was terrible.
It's the shits
on the weakest link, and looked really, really stupid. So then Stuttering John, you know what? Let's just go watch it. We don't even have to hear from me. Let's go watch the Stuttering John, and we'll put in Booker T, and then we'll wrap this up, Danny.
Okay.
There we go. He's so mad here.
That he's good at, that's something that he's made a living at doing for quite some time.
Well, I've degraded a lot of men, dude.
You know Robin?
Robin who?
Quivers. She's on the show.
Yeah, the female. Yes,
Yeah,
I've seen.
I mean, she's
And you can hear this, right?
Yeah.
All right.
a woman.
And she has to make a living also.
I didn't realize you weren't a fan because we really support WWE.
Well, I mean, maybe you may support WWE, but I don't support Howard Stern.
So you don't want me to ask any more of these questions?
Not any more of those stupid questions.
Any of those kind of? Like, let me ask you. You know how many sides to an octagon?
You got balls.
I'll kill you.
Weren't you afraid?
I thought he was gonna kill it, Robin. I swear to God, the guy's like huge. I swear, I thought he was gonna punch me.
How'd you get that question out?
I don't know.
And you didn't even stutter.
At this point now, when John just asked about the octagon, there's just total silence.
And he's looking at me like he's thinking about slapping.
He's staring him down.
Let me count the seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You don't want to answer, do you?
6, 7.
You don't like me that much, do you?
I don't like you at all.
8 seconds.
I don't like you at all.
I'm getting close to kicking your ass.
All right, so let's ask a favor. All right, let me ask something that's light. Is this okay? You know, are you married?
No.
Okay. Are you dating a celebrity or anything?
Perhaps.
I'm getting a little scared, Booker. You're not gonna hit me or anything, are you?
No. I already got too many lawsuits going already.
Oh, okay. Who are you dating? That's a celebrity.
She's not in the mainstream. I'd rather keep that behind us.
Okay. Did you ever pass gas in the ring?
Perhaps, maybe.
Anyway, so this leads to him showing up to the studio the next morning. Well, it's still like dark outside because that's how early they did the show. But yeah, the classics, everybody. Good old Stuttering John. And then Stuttering John had me on the show. And now he's trashing me like he was trashing Booker T. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Can't believe it. How dared Stuttering John fucking trash the great Dr. Huge? That everybody hits the like button on and subscribes to the channel. Go look out for more stuff. I got plenty of stuff coming. Shorts, clips, all the rest. Yep. King Booker in the house. And was that small tit or big? You know what? That's what I was going to bring up before. Stephanie McMahon, when she was younger and first got in, she looked like your typical goofy, like teenage girl. Like, you know, when she would like move around, it like didn't look right and, you know, all that stuff. Then she got the BFTs and she got into her 20s. And that's the Steph Mac that we all love. That's the one right there, the lady. And she came out and she just starts slapping everybody in the face.
But she had a laugh with it as well. She's, good personality.
But you know what I'm saying? When she first started coming around with all that baby chub and all this, that wasn't cool. But that's what the one we want, Coach, right? Coach likes the ladies, I think. He acts like it anyway. Or do you like this? Do you like that? You were going to say something, Danny?
No.
You weren't going to suggest maybe he drinks some good nut?
I don't think he maybe washes his face in it, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Little under the eyes first thing in the mornings. That'd be good for him.
Tell you what, we'll play you out with some Stut Joe, one of my heroes, of course. Can't wait to have you back, John. You'll be back one of these days. But good game, Danny. Thanks for coming on, of course.
Thanks for having me.
Tell everybody where to find you in case they, kick you off of X, which they kind of did this week.
Oh yeah, but I got let back on this morning. I got back this afternoon, and I found an email from like first thing this morning where it's like, oh yeah, we've reviewed your second appeal, and we've realised that there was no violation. And it's like, but the first email said that you checked my appeal and you verified that there was a violation. So, as someone, but they let me log back in and I'm just back to normal now. DannyDamage.co.uk. I'm on Twitter @BluntDamage and YouTube Danny Blunt Damage. I actually got a couple of videos, a couple of shorts put up last night. No sympathy for Western comics. We talked about half of it already on this show, so there you go. It's on there in 2 small parts.
Nice. Go check it out, everybody. And of course, check out the Dr. Huge Show. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that business. Go ahead. Give them the business, Stuttering John and Booker T. Let them know what's up, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Okay, did you ever fart in the bathtub?
Probably when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah? How about any... I'm just trying to... Since you want to answer the other question. I mean,
well, really, I didn't come here for a spelling bee.
All right.
I was coming here to talk to Stuttering Bob.
John.
Okay. And I don't hear you stuttering, so it seems like you're a pretty smart guy. It seems like you're working a lot of people also, right?
You know what it is? I realized the weakest link. I was just going to ask you some questions like that, and then we'd cut it up and play a game, which ones that you got right or wrong. I mean, it wasn't like...